Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler, and I am live in San Diego, California. And I come to you from nerdrotic.com. And this is Late Night Nerdrotica. I have to be kind of quiet. I am in a hotel room. My voice tends to carry. And this is going to be one of those secret streams where right now it's just me and Dakota Stanton hanging out in here and just talking about the events of Comic-Con today. Now, some of this might get repeated tomorrow night when we do our Friday night Tights live stream. So I'll keep this up overnight and it's going to be gone in the morning. So it might just be us. Hello, Feisty. How you doing? Yeah, it was actually a pretty fun day at Comic-Con today. I have to say, I got to more panels today than I did in the last 5 years. And some of them were completely cringeworthy. And some were pretty damn good. First off, guys, Iron Fist Season 2 is going to be the shit. It is going to be the shit. Jeff Loeb came out. For one, I've had the hardest time uploading. This is going to be bad because I thought I was supposed to be uploading panels too. And my phone or something's happening and I could not upload the panel. So I'm going to upload it overnight. It'll be up in probably 3 hours. That's the hotel internet I'm dealing with. So I got the whole panel. I didn't get any of the clips, but it looks. My feet are good, by the way. I trained very hard for Comic-Con this year. So so Iron Fist. They heard Marvel did something Star Wars does not. They listened to the fans and they really preached better fight choreography. They got the guy who did the fight choreography for Creed and for Black Panther. Guy's badass. Misty Knight's going to be in it. They talked about Daughters of the Dragon, the Steel Serpent, and the big news was Typhoid Mary is going to be in it. And yeah, dude, it is going to be fucking badass. So they showed us 2 full fight scenes. By the way, you're getting the Iron Fist mask. That is happening, and it looks like you're getting a costume. Finn Jones looks like he trained. He did most of his own fighting. Everybody did their own fighting, and they made a point to show 3 fights, and they were amazing. They were like Daredevil Season 1 level fights. So Colleen Wing was in one fight that was in a kitchen, taking on 2 dudes. Yes, Typhoid fucking Mary, and I forgot the actress's name. She was in Star Trek Into Darkness. She's Australian. She's beautiful. She's blonde. Yeah, so she the one who was in Star Trek Into Darkness, and you'll see it when the panel comes up. She's badass. So they're going back to Kunlun, and it's going to be badass. So there's going to be 2 main villains, Daughters of the Dragons, costumes, good fight choreography, and I think they really listened to the fans. They got a new showrunner. So that dude who ran Season 1, who did Inhumans, Scott, what was his name? Bucks or Butts or something like that. He's gone. So they got a new showrunner. And this showrunner, it was cool. They asked him, where were you last year? And he's all sitting in the crowd. He was sitting with us. So he's one of us. He was a straight up comic book nerd. He knew his shit when it comes to Iron Fist. And Colleen Wing, she was there. The whole cast was there. It was great. It was a great freaking panel. Another panel that was a really pleasant surprise was Sci-Fi did the great debate. So, and they asked who's the better captain, Captain Kirk or Captain America? And John Barrowman was there. The guy who played I'm sorry, I'm bad with names. The guy who played the werewolf in True Blood, Joe, I always want to say Montaigne, but it's not. The guy who's playing Deathstroke. He was there. Adam Savage from Mythbusters, Felicia Day, some girl from some A&E show. Stan and something versus the Evil, and it was a great panel. And they gave us these little signs that are thumbs up and thumbs down. So I don't know, a couple of you saw my tweet where I said, this is how I feel about, because it was from Sci-Fi. So there's a big thumbs down with the Sci-Fi thing under it. And I'm like, this is how I feel about you assholes, canceling The Expanse. And The Expanse production, or The Expanse writers and The Expanse Sci-Fi both liked my tweet. I was totally fucking stoked. I was so happy. Joe Maggiolino, yeah, the guy who played Flash Thompson in Spider-Man. So that was a great panel. I don't know if it's out there, if it's on Sci-Fi. It's I put part of it on our Facebook page, and I think Dennis is putting the second part of it on. So go and watch it. It's really fucking funny. And Alicia, oh my god, Aisha Tyler, who is from Archer. She hosted it. She was fucking hilarious. Dakota Stanton. I met John Barrowman at Chicago Comic-Con during the 50th. He is a good-looking dude. Dakota, I met him on the escalator today before he put on this, like, it's gay AF Captain America costume with high heels, and he wore that for the whole panel. So we were going up the escalator, and I look at him, I'm like, holy shit, he's all gray. So he let himself go all gray. And he's like, nobody's recognizing me. And I turned around, I'm all, I recognize you, dude. So we were both going up. There's escalators right next to each other. So I couldn't get I wasn't going to ask him for a picture or anything. I shook his hand, said hi. That was fucking awesome. And then I saw a panel with Alex Kingston in it, with a show that looks absolutely horrible. But it was good to see, like, River Song right after I saw Captain Jack. And I still want to pitch my Torchwood show with River Song and Captain Jack. He did come out with his Captain Jack coat on, and again, go check out the video. It's fucking hilarious. He's got his, like, gay Captain America costume on, and he turned his gay up to like 15 today. And he had his coat, and yeah. And by the way, who won for best captain in the debate was Captain Jack Harkness. So that's which I totally agree with. Jody has been. I've been talking to Jody all day today. What's up, Jody? He's like, you guys gonna stream? I've been lagging. I was really trying to get that goddamn Iron Fist panel up, and it was just fighting me. So I compressed it, and I'm gonna re-upload it later. But I mean, the whole point is to what's up, random gamer user 42, by the way, how you doing? And hello, Apple Crow, and Feisty Fan, and Dakota Stanton, and Darth Barbecue. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope I don't care if my neighbors get pissed at me. It's Comic-Con. What the fuck? So I'm in this, I'm staying at an Extended Stay America. It's like this really bare bones hotel where they don't have cleaning service or anything. That way you get a cheaper rate. But they let you have pets. And my dog, this fucking hotel room smells so bad. I mean, it smells like a dog's bathroom in here, to be honest with you. I'm not really fucking happy with it. But you know, I've had dogs, but, like, come on, you know. Really not sure what smells worse though, dogs or children. Because, you know, I had kids, so I've been peed on and pooped on and all that stuff, but still, that stuff gets to me. How was River Song? She was great, Jody. She was she's in some witch thing that's going to be on Sundance Channel and Sky One. It's a series of books that I've never heard of. It's about witches and vampires, and it's basically an allegory for racism, except with witches and vampires. That was one of the it's Dakota Stanton says it smells like Titans. That's exactly, yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Oh shit. Okay, so you got me there, Dakota. You got me. That was funny. Where was I? Oh, so yeah, this is the most preachy Comic-Con I've ever been to. My God. It was just it's been an endless thing of, you know, Trump jokes and all this other stuff. And I've never seen. Yeah, it's just what some of us thought it would be. It's kind of a shit show on that aspect. But good morning from Germany, Jeffrey Golden. How are you? Yeah, so it hasn't been too bad. The sci-fi great debate panel was I thought it would be super cringy, but it wasn't. It was actually really, really fucking funny. It was done for comedy and not for politics or anything like that, which is great. Let's get to the chat. Did sci-fi actually talk about science fiction shows? Yes, Apple Crow. And I did get up in line because they were asking questions of the audience, like what would you like the great debate crew? What would you get to ask your own question? And my question was going to be, what's the best show sci-fi is canceled, Farscape or The Expanse? But I did not get that, and they even screened the question and they said it was okay, but I didn't get a chance to fucking ask it. I was so pissed because I hesitated before I went up. From Germany. It's morning. Yeah, it's almost morning here. It's 11:25 p.m. here on the best coast. So, yes, I'm staying up past my bedtime. Actually, my bedtime is midnight, so I'll stay up past midnight for sure. I only require 5 hours of sleep. I don't need to be at con till 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, so it's cool. And I don't have kids to get off to school. And the morning ritual at the house is I used to not be a morning person, but my wife is, and she has trained me very well. She requires me to even if it's my day off, I have to wake up with her. We have to spend the morning together. I have to make her coffee and some breakfast before she goes. So even if it's my day off, I'm up at 6 a.m. making my wife some vittles and some coffee. Thank you, thank you, Dakota. I don't care what political stance these writers have. It's not good to sandbag half of your audience while comic sales are hurting. Is so stupid. I can't agree more. There's some politics I completely agree with, but that's why I've said it before. If you guys are new here, if you're not, you've heard this before. My comic shop, the one I didn't have many rules. One of the rules is you had to buy something to use the bathroom, and the other one was no politics. Or I had to know you to use the bathroom. You had to be good, because I had a very bad bathroom experience. Caught a guy jerking it to some porn. So after that, I got rid of the porn and had the bathroom rule. Sorry. Yeah, rocked right in. That's not something you want to walk in on. The guy didn't even lock the goddamn door. I'm like, hey, okay, why don't you finish up and get the fuck out? I go to my entertainment to avoid politics and real life stuff. I do too. Random. And you've talked about it a lot on your channel. Please go to Random Gamer User 42 and subscribe. She is part of the whole family here. We're recovering entertainment and trying to like move things to the good side again, to the side of the light. Which does not mean get rid of politics. It doesn't mean, we want a certain kind of politics. It just means we want to go back to like using politics as metaphor, allegory, like slide it into your story subtly. That's what great science fiction is based on. But personal politics and idealism, if you're an ideologue, I don't want to hear from you on any side. On any side. I mean, we all have our politics. That's cool. Yeah, I got to save what the first panel I went to. Yeah, I got to save that for another channel. I promised I'd save it for another channel because we don't really get into the comic book stuff here. Let's go back. Feisty fan 499. You're a good husband. Oh, please tell my wife that. No, she knows. I think. I miss her. Like, she's in Wisconsin right now at a wedding with my boy, and my big boy is watching the house. They're both supposedly being very good right now. Then again, BSG took a lot of political themes and spread them ramming up to ramming speed in your face, and I liked it for that. Nigel, I did too. But that's how you do it. Like, Battlestar Galactica is almost political science. They showed both sides of an argument. My favorite part of Battlestar Galactica is it showed how it's necessary for a society and a civilization to have a black market. That whole the black market episode, that was one of my favorites. It's absolutely, because it relieves stress off of a society. I thought that was really cool. Yeah, BSG is the shit, Nigel. Fucking love that show. You can do it well, but don't make it too close to home. Exactly. The only thing I know about politics is that you are wrong. Exactly. I'm so wrong. You've been talking to my wife, Apple Crow. It's raining here. Boo for shitty Wisconsin weather. Is it raining in Wisconsin? Where Well, where are you at, Dakota? I mean, don't totally dox yourself, but like, are you near Milwaukee? I think my wife is in Madison right now. Yeah, Nigel, we're going to be doing a BSG retro recap later this year, and I definitely need to watch it again too. I found there's some like region specific Blu-rays that are on Amazon for it was like $50 for the whole seat or for the complete Battlestar Galactica. Doesn't play on every player, but if you have a regionless player, it plays fine. Rubber Brain 10,000. What did you think of the Titans trailer? Okay, let's get to that, and then I'll get back to some of this chat that's growing here. Not your part of Wisconsin, Random. Oh, you're in Wisconsin too, Random. That's cool. Right on. I love Wisconsin, by the way. I think it's cool. The only places I've been to is Green Bay. I saw the Packers play. I saw the Packer. Sorry, sports talk here. Packer Viking game when Brett Favre came back for the first time. That was a fucking great game. So the Titans trailer was total crap. I'm so sorry. I was really, really excited for the Titans. It is one of my favorite all-time comic books. Marv Wolfman, George Perez. This is a comic book, I say it over and over again, that outsold the X-Men in the 80s, which was next to impossible. It was equal to the X-Men. It has one of the greatest intercompany crossovers ever, which is Dark Side, Dark Phoenix. And seeing it come to life, the Robin stuff was kind of cool. Oh, okay. I'm going to try to look at the positive, but it looked like it's straight up CW. And it's a Greg Berlanti, production, and it's going to be a lot of talking about feelings in hallways. And did you guys hear about the DC streaming service? Now, I don't think this is terrible, but they want $75 up front for a year. I think you get 3 free months. I don't know if you get your money back, and it works out to be like $7.99 a month, which isn't bad at all. But if they're going to shovel that crap at us, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm going to, do it for the channel. We're going to get it, and we'll check that out. So you don't have to, and we try to save you money here. Okay. They turned Dick Grayson into Jason Todd. Yeah. The whole fuck Batman thing. Yeah. And then Dennis, Dennis loves to do this to me. So the first text I get this morning is Akiva Goldsmith is writing Titans. And I'm like, what? So the guy, he's not totally responsible for this, but the guy associated with Nipples on the Batsuit and Sonar in Space is writing Titans. Who does he have pictures of? I mean, really, there's better writers banned for less. This guy's getting mounds of work. The only thing saving that he's on Titans is maybe it takes away from his Star Trek Discovery work. I actually don't think he's working on it this season. I'm not sure how I felt about seeing Titans kill so many people brutally, particularly Dick Grayson. Yeah. It's our stuff getting in the hands of people who don't care. Doomcock has done many wonderful videos on this, and I think there's something. You're right, just saying they don't care about quality anymore. That it's not even a concern, and Doomcock has said it the best. It's in the hands of people who don't give a shit. It's the normies who I love, and they pay for everything, but I don't want them making our stuff. And that's what's happening is the normies have invaded and are making our stuff, and it's really, really bad. That's an old trick, getting you to pay for the entire year, and then you're stuck with them. Yeah. And it also doesn't have, I think they learned that from CBS All Access after Star Trek Discovery. The first month, it had people jumping off so much. I'm going to get up here and see any chat I missed. Oh my goodness. Nigel Brought Savage says it's 7:30 a.m. here, and Comic-Con is 27th, 29th of July. It's going on right now. I'm sure there's another one at that time, but no, it's going on right now. I went to day 1 today. Day 1 was the official day. I attended 4 panels, met John Barrowman, ran into a couple people who watch the show, which one of them I know is a friend of mine, and one of them I didn't, which really tripped me out. Like seriously tripped me out. Didn't get to see Johnny Pappas though, so I'm hoping I can see Johnny Pappas is a subscriber and a patron and a good dude and a local here, and he's working the con. So we're gonna try to work out a meetup tomorrow, and we will stream it if we can. If you guys are in San Diego, my DMs are open on Twitter. Please message me. Nerdrotic is Remy Demi. Nerdrotic is taking over Germany. Hello and good morning from Germany. Also, awesome. So I'm adopted, but my adopted family is very German, very, very German. My last name is Beekler, and it's that's an American. It's spelled Buechler, but it's an Americanized from Buchler with an umlaut, and I think the previous name was Bukler. So I have no idea what it means. I've heard many things, not sure if they're true. And I got another $5 super chat there. What do we got here? Dakota. Oh my God. I will pirate the first episode if it is Arrow season 1. Yay. Arrow, any other season? Well, fuck Titans. Yeah, I love Arrow season 1. I really do. What happened to that show? That was one of the first things our very first podcast was about Arrow and how much we loved it. And it was the future of TV and everything. And wow, what has happened? Yeah. Oh boy, that Titans trailer random for sure. Dakota's a suburb of Milwaukee. If you care to look, the Slender Man stabbing happened down the street. No. Oh, really? Ah, that's terrible. That is terrible. And Jody says, I sympathize. It's been stormy monsoon weather for the whole week where I'm at right now. I prefer overcast weather that isn't rainy. Yeah, it's we get some of that monsoon stuff here in San Diego. We get none of it in San Francisco. Yeah, but if it rains in California, you won't have all of those natural fires for toasting marshmallows. That comes a little later in the year when the Santa Ana winds start blowing up, James. I don't know if most of you know this. It was about a decade ago when half of San Diego burned down. The fire jumped a 16 here in Southern California. We have 16 lane freeways. Actually, we have 24 lane freeways now. The fire jumped a 16 lane freeway and almost burned to downtown. No joke. And it started 30 miles east. The Titans trailer was pure garbage. Never thought I'd see something worse than the CW shows. Yeah, that is the sentiment of the con. I have not met a person who liked it. I thought it was a weird ass outfit we saw Starfire, and it was just a dress she wore at a club, but she'd have a better super suit. So the trailer revealed it would suck. What level of suckage? Jody, major level of suckage. Yeah, the Titan, yeah, Starfire. She looked all glowy and stuff, and they did give her a lot of special effects. That looks expensive. It sounds like to me that I don't know if she's going to look like that all the time. All hail Doomcock, by the way. Did I not mention that? I'm sorry. So the plan is, if I can get into it, if I could, because they screen all your questions and everything. So I can, and like if I asked a disrespectful question of anybody up there, they will like not only kick me out, they will ban my ass from con. Not interested in that happening, but I would be open to sticking my head into the panel and screaming at the top of my lungs, "Hail Doomcock." I promised him I would give it a shot. I'm trying to, I'm gonna, when I hit the floor, that's mainly going to be Sunday. I'm going to be asking a lot of retailers and stuff, a lot of questions, like if they know about like what's going on with the comic books right now, if they ever heard of Doomcock. I'm going to try to see if like, how much the movement is known on the floor of Comic-Con, because this is a great litmus test to see if people have actually heard any of this stuff, or if it's just stuff that's on the internet. or stuff that's here on YouTube. It's such a beautiful city. Hard to believe it almost burned down. Yeah. Tarka Jedi. It's hard to believe I moved away from it, to be honest with you. I still prefer it to San Francisco, to be honest with you. Did you see? Yes, I did see Starfire's glowing Cheeto orange hair. The dress was a Ross dress for less. Payless boots and a Goodwill coat. Bad Bunny asked Feisty fan if she's going to be able to put more videos up anytime soon. I will let Feisty answer that question. I think she should put tons of video, but it is up to Feisty. Yeah, James, yes. Gary gets Doomcock banned for life from Comic-Con. Hey, that would be something, wouldn't it? I mean, that's kind of a moniker almost. We need to get Doomcock to Comic-Con. We do. I'll get him a pass. If he wants to go, I'll get him in. We'll make it happen. That's an open invitation, Doomcock. You want to come to Comic-Con, Nerdrotic will get you in. Yeah, no permaban. I actually still like going. Have you accepted Lauren Doomcock as your personal savior? Absolutely, a long time ago. Long as anybody else. Gary, you better have a slice of that sweet, sweet Doomcock pie. I'm just glad I'm a fan. I am a fangirl of Doomcock for sure. Hey, Doomcock Live will happen. It's Bad Buddy Doomcock. I enjoy his live streams, but I have unconditional love for him, period. Live streaming is very hard. It is very, very hard. Dennis and I were really lucky that we got tired of editing videos and we just stumbled on the live stream thing 2 years ago. We've been doing live stuff consistently for a year, but we stumbled on it 2 years ago. Didn't even know there was a chat for like a year and a half. Like Brian Smart was the one who's like, dude, stop ignoring me. We found out, oh shit, because our stuff is solo production. It's like, oh, it just turns into a video. I don't have to upload anything. I just record and leave. Awesome. So nobody watched us for a long, long time, and it's still arguable if people are watching us. I mean, you lovely people are. That's great. Yeah, we just got used to it. But Random knows. It is Random's good at it too. And Feisty is too. If you have a gift to gab, you can live stream. I am starting to wonder if some smaller creators in the community should get together and do their own Comic-Con. You, Doomcock, all the comic guys. James, I think a small meetup, if it's small, what happens that would be cool, by the way, James. What I've seen with some big YouTubers is they try to put on, their own little cons, but they try to go too big. And it's totally overwhelming. I have been involved in putting together some very small cons, one here in the Scottish Rite Center in San Diego many years ago. And it is a shit ton of work and the pay sucks. Now, if you get good at it, you can make a lot of money doing it. But I'd be totally open if we can like rent out like a little Scottish Rite Center or a Masonic Masonic Lodge or something like that, where the Bilderbergers go. And doing something live, that would be fucking awesome. I would be so down with that. Yeah, you're well versed at it, Random. I can tell you are totally comfortable on the stream. Gift of the gab. That's right. And those are my initials, by the way, which is not a coincidence. GAB. In the morning in Europe, also prime time in Germany. Yeah, freaking, we love Germany. Okay, we love Germany. I need to go there. I'd go to the Nerdrotic convention. Fuck yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be free, no charge. Dennis used to do catering too. Like he could hook up the food. DoomCon in Austin. Fuck yeah, that'd be rad. There, I don't know, Apple Crow. I'm going to Austin, close to Halloween. There's a con. I don't know if I can out the person who might be going with me on this chat, but yeah, I'm definitely going down to Austin, and there's another YouTuber down there. We're gonna meet, and we're gonna go to the con. Um, and I've heard more might be good, so that might actually be a thing. So that's October 26th, 27th, something like that. Uh, I talked my wife into us spending our 15th anniversary in Austin. Talked her out of New Orleans and said, "Let's go to Austin at a Comic Con." And yes, uh, Citizen Con. You got your tickets already? Yeah, I better hurry. Okay, so Feisty's going. She's it's cool. I just didn't want to shout it out. So Feisty's going, and Comics Division, and I heard some others might be going too. So Comic Division will keep you waiting all day. Has he done any videos? I haven't seen any notifications. I'm so disappointed. 100 Susan never went to SDC. No pic of Susan in a bikini. Dope. Yeah. That's you have to ask Susan that stuff. Susan will be back tomorrow. You'll get a double dose of Susan. Okay, double your pleasure with double mint Susan. We're doing Ancient Aliens, and we're doing the Friday night podcast. So the Friday night podcast is going to be half an hour to 45 minutes later. So Susan and I can do Ancient Aliens. I cannot wait for this recap, and I don't care if 4 people watch it. I am so freaking excited. I have reached out to Giorgio Tsoukalos. I wouldn't call him a friend, but we know each other, and I've done some work with him. I've hung out with him socially, and yeah, he's a really, really good dude. He's funny as hell. He's very serious about what he does. That is no joke. He believes all that stuff 100%, and I do most of it too. And through him, I mean, Eric Von Daniken's a friend of mine on Facebook, and that guy that through Giorgio. I doubt Eric knows who I am, but just being a friend with him on Facebook is fucking cool. I love Eric Von Daniken, one of my heroes. I'm 3 hours from let me know, and I'll be down there for that weekend. I'm 3 hours from Austin, and my bro lives there. I will let you know, Apple Crow. Like, it's happening, but I'll let you know when I buy the tickets. I'm not from Austin, but I'd love to go for reasons. Random. Let's go. Let's make it a thing. That would be, if we just invaded Austin. Yeah, we could retake the Alamo. I guess it was already retaken, but we'll retake it. I want to go where Ozzy Osbourne peed, because apparently he peed on the side of the Alamo. I have to buy some DMT for your Ancient Aliens, Remy Gary. Oh man, that's Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan is one of my favorite comedians. He's the best podcaster alive, and he's also the best person at shoehorning DMT into a conversation. Going to Shaka Khan, it's going to be okay. Shaka Khan, there's a Shaka. Is that for real? Inside joke? I'm not going to trust anybody named Inside Joke, okay? Ancient Aliens is fun. On the serious side, who was it? It was Robert Schock, who said he was very thankful for that show because it's got people into archaeology, ancient history. So it's got a lot of people digging deeper. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm not too sure about the alien thing anymore, but I'm really, really sure about the ancient civilization that we've completely forgotten about that got wiped out pre-Ice Age. Saying I'm pretty big evangelist from the very beginning, and even a moderate, moderated for them on their forums a bit. I've met most of the devs, and I've had good faith in the project. Sorry, what am I reading about here? Oh, you're talking to Just Saying. I'm sorry. I interrupted your conversation. RoboBrain. Oh wait, let me get to Jody first. Double season feature sounds great. Gary, isn't she at SD with you guys? No, she's going to some horror convention in Indianapolis, I think, this weekend or next weekend. She is welcome. We got these tickets a long time ago. We're going to get her. She again is welcome to come next year. That's granted that we get tickets. It's not guaranteed. But I'm looking to have a booth here next year. So if you get the booth, and part of it, what helps you get in is if you've retailed before. So I've been here as an artist and a writer. I've been here as a comics professional for 10 years. And I also retailed at Comic-Con and WonderCon for a combined 15 years. So I have some cred with these people. So while it might not happen next year, I would definitely get in the year following. But we're shooting for a booth next year, and we will podcast from that booth. Ancient Aliens is brilliant. I also like Coast to Coast AM topics. Tarka Jedi. That's what started me on it, was Art Bell. Huge Art Bell fan. May he rest in peace. Okay. Oh, you're getting Sukalos on the Ancient Alien streams? No, I wish. We're going to try to interview him. Can he do his catchphrase? He would if I asked him. So I got a shout out to, sorry, I probably didn't finish that sentence there. I got a shout out to interview him, see if he'll come on the channel. I'm also going to try to get Randall Carlson. I noticed that Randall Carlson did an interview with a very good YouTuber with less subscribers than we have. So I'm like, that means we have a shot, right? And he could talk. Oh, Brian's smart. I'm a professional chef. I'll help cater your con. Fuck yeah, right on. Nice. Thank you for the $5. I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? Man, it is late over there on the East Coast, buddy. You're a night owl. Look at all you night owls. Slurmy Scott. Still no press pass. Why? When we applied for it, Bad Bunny, we had 300 subs. We're going to apply. The thing is, we can only apply for one. If you apply for everything, it just knocks you out. So I decided that Dennis wanted to do the press pass too. I want to do exhibitor because the exhibitor pass, Feisty knows, is the best pass you can have because you don't have to wait in any lines. You can come in early, stay late. And it gives you a lot of chance to get like we couldn't even the Mezco line was impossible today. So what I did is I wanted to Judge Dredd. I just went to another booth, paid the extra $15 and didn't have to wait in any lines. So it was great. I have no problem. Time is way more important to me than money. I also got that Venture Brothers book. I'm looking at it over there, but I can't reach it. They sold out for the day. And if you guys are out there, you can totally tell that we bought one for Viking Bitch. Okay, so she is getting a Venture Brothers book, courtesy of us for being so fucking awesome. And she's a huge Venture Brothers fan. So, yeah. I mean, don't feel bad. We're kind of playing favorites. I'm sorry, but Viking Bitch is like, sent us gifts, been very instrumental. Like, she's kind of the defunct producer of the show. And she's one of our loudest and proudest fans. Brian Smart, we still owe you so much shit. I've got a poster tube with all the tick stuff. That'll be, I know it's been saying it's coming soon, but it really is coming soon. I know I owe you tons of stuff. Jody, your package is coming too. Mary, if you see this one, we're going to give you some Doctor Who stuff too. Is it confirmed the Dread series is going to have Urban? It is not confirmed. I would cry tears of joy if that happened. I don't know why that doesn't happen. Just saying, because I'm just saying it's gonna be fucking rad. Bishop Pax says, "What do you think of Star Wars: The Clone Wars coming back?" I think it's magnificent. I think it's wonderful. And you want to hear the funniest thing is Dennis was in the panel and he left early. He didn't hear the announcement. Everybody clown Dennis tomorrow. Okay. The Venture Brothers art books looks nice. Viking Bitch is well deserved. Yes. And it was only $39, guys. And it's here. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go grab it. Let's hope this doesn't kill the production here. Yeah, all the production value. Get up. You're going to see I might have legs. I do have legs. Okay, here it is. This big old thing, and I was carrying two of them around, and it was like 40 pounds. This thing is freaking gorgeous. It's that thick. $39. Hopefully, I don't know if it's just a con exclusive or not. And like Feisty, I would tell you to get a couple of those at the diamond discount. That would be pretty awesome. You do have legs, but you do not have pants on. No, I'm wearing shorts. I missed that show. Just saying, that show is coming back August 5th for season, what, 7, 8, something like that. Oh my God. Gary isn't just a torso, right? Yes. Let me get my mouse here so I can scroll up. Did they say it's a Filoni doing the Clone Wars return? Yes. It is going to Disney streaming. It's going to be 12 episodes and it's supposed to wrap everything up. They did a big Ahsoka thing. By the way, as far as cosplaying on the floor is a good it's a good way to test to see like how popular things are, to me anyway. Like for instance, during the 50th anniversary, you could throw a rock and you would hit somebody wearing something Doctor Who. I saw nothing. No, I saw one girl with a TARDIS dress on. When you used to see, I don't know, 1 out of every 10. I saw 3 Rays. That's it. I saw 2 Kylos. The most cosplay thing on the floor of people just walking around was The Incredibles. This year. Did I miss another super chat? Jesus Christ. Oh, sorry. Okay. Dakota Stanton, $5. Thank you. Screaming Firehawks invade Austin. News at 11. Damn straight. Well, I need excuse and money to travel. Well, I am full of excuses, Random. I will give you some of my best. As far as money, from Wisconsin. Well, we'll all chat about that stuff. Okay. We can get some DMs going and chat. We can maybe we could crowdfund. There's tons of ways. There's tons of ways we can get people to Austin. Let me work your booth. Sure, Feisty, of course. As Dennis will tell you, I need somebody to work my booth because I rarely stay in it. I can't. The only thing I can sit still for is live streaming. I move. I can't, like, especially a con. It's just like pretty lights, woo woo, gone. Just saying, is that erotic? What's awesome, Gary? You guys are part of a real movement. All retail worthy products are in the shitter. It's all due to greed, and it's time it stopped. Yes. Yeah. And at the bottom of it, just saying you're really, and people will say, like, of course you're supposed to be greedy and sell stuff. No, actually you're not. A true salesperson, a true retailer would know, I don't want to burn my audience out. I don't want to burn my clientele out. I want them to keep coming back, which means, sometimes you tell them as a comic store owner, you don't buy this piece of shit comic, please. For one, I don't want to ever mislead anybody. That's not how I would roll. And that's most comic shop owners, to their credit, will tell you if a comic book is shitty. As long as they read it. Now, there's a lot of comic shop owners who don't read comics, which is a problem, but that's always been there. I agree. And that's where the politics stuff, it's not really about politics at all. Is they think that's where the wind is blowing right now. That's the only reason behind all the politics in stuff right now, is they think that's what people want, because they're getting really lazy with their marketing research, and they're only going to social sites, and that's still a minute percentage of the actual buying public. Question: what was between you and Dennis last night that we were supposed to figure out, bad buddy? Oh, let me move my head, then I'll show you. Sorry, our neighbors were. I don't know if they're kind of pissed at me. Again, I don't care. Right here, it's Pando Lando. Can you see it? You guys can zoom in. He's having some relations with R2D2. It's very juvenile, and I don't care. Pando Lando. If you guys saw the end of my Patreon video, he was doing the power droid in that one. Okay, and guys, thank you for telling me I missed the super chat. Please don't stop doing that. You guys are wonderful. Now we need to make sure Feisty Fan can has her own booth, or it's all or nothing, right? James Hayes, Feisty Fan needs her comic shop. I think she needs to own a comic shop. She's got the stuff to own a comic shop. Excuse me. Get booths opposite of each other and have Nerf fights. That would be awesome. But I'd have too much breakable stuff. But I'd just make sure it was done. What do you think? Okay, I already asked that. Mr. Jack. Okay, keep going. Viking bitch is awesome. Just saying. Nice. Is an exhibitor's pass more expensive than a press pass? Gary. Also, seeing time is money, and you are totally being practical for electing to save time. Well, thank you, Jody. It's something I learned the hard way. Plus, I'm an impatient bastard. Okay, so press pass and exhibitor pass, I think they're the same price. I think that they don't charge exhibitors more. If you get a certain booth, depending on your booth size, you get a certain amount of tickets. I think for a normal booth, you get 4. For a double booth, you get 8. Is DC streaming series confirmed for $80 a year to watch? It's $74.99. James Hazel, yeah, $80 roughly. Viking bitch is a huge Farscape fan. All right, let me get down here. August 5th, season 7. Yes, you're right, Apple Crow for Venture Brothers. Cannot wait. And that's in the States. Just saying, are you in the States? I mean, I don't know. I'm just assuming, but we have a lot of international viewers, so I don't know if they my new Pando Lando. If like where you guys see Venture Brothers, or even if you get Venture Brothers, and if you don't, that's a fucking tragedy. When the fact that Lando is Pan overshadows everything else from the film, then you know it really sucked. Yeah. So I thought that was just an off the cuff question to Jake Kasdan, Jonathan Kasdan, and I don't think it was. I think for one, you guys have all seen Disney's behind the scenes stuff with Kevin Feige and Kathleen Kennedy, and it all looks like a political commercial. Like they're all, everybody's like softly lit. But it's still in focus. It's beautiful. The camera is slowly panning while they're talking. And you can totally tell that they're reading off a teleprompter. Yeah. So you can't tell me that they don't pre-screen questions from, everybody. Jody says, same here. I often hate standing in line because it feels like time is being wasted. Lines suck. It's Comic-Con has gotten so bad to where if you stop just for a second to adjust your bag or something like that, there's a dude on you within a minute going, move along. Like you cannot stop to like adjust, what if you ended to do a real adjustment? You know what I'm saying? Guys, you know what I'm talking about. Because I want an attorney match. Can you show these cool pieces behind you? Love the Hulk. Yes, these are my traveling toys, which And also some of these are the Star Trek or Star. Oh my God, I'm going to get killed for that one. Star Wars figures that are going to go to patrons. Uh, so yeah, so all Star Trek Next Generation figures. She has a complete collection of all the Next Generation figures. Yeah, my wife is a fan. These are Marvel famous covers, which I adore. Which is their '90s Mego. There's Captain Jack right there. There's the Emperor. See, there's the Emperor. There's some vintage Ghostbusters, and oh, I'm gonna lose my mouse. And yeah, so I mean, so it was basically some Doctor Who figures, some superpowers, and then these things I bought at my comic store, and I bought them all. I think they were like $150 for 5 of them. I gotta grab this. All right. Okay. So yeah, and he was stoked that I bought all those. I dropped like $300 last week in my comic store. Thought he was gonna cry. You're in California, just saying. All right, dude. Canada is always behind. You're always on top, Bad Bunny. Canada's always on top. I predict the crowdsourcing will allow the cream to rise to the top. Streaming will also spell the end of TV networks and movies, says Jody. Absolutely. The networks are fighting for their lives, and they're done. They're fucking done. One of the panels we went to, and I got to say it was way more entertaining than the show we watched, was Bobcat Goldthwait's Misfits and Monsters, which it just happened to be a panel. We were waiting for another one, and it was a great panel. But it was a bunch of comedians, so those don't suck. And that was a great panel. I don't love Bobcat. The reason I don't love Bobcat, and you guys watch or listen to Howard Stern back in the 90s, remember the Bobcat Goldthwait Howard Stern feud? And of course I took Howard's side because I used to love Howard back in the day. I want to talk about sellout. Does he even talk to Stuttering John anymore? Disney is using propaganda styles usually used in political advertisements. Mako, yes, it's sinister. I think it's kind of sinister. LineCon 2018, damn straight. Now that has a double meaning, Feisty. I've been to LineCon back in the 80s. I did many LineCons. They were personal LineCons. Hurry up and wait. First rule of RCAF. That is the Royal Canadian Air Force. Did I get that right? Slurmy Scott, honey, there's a scary guy in the next room talking to himself. You should call management. He could be dangerous. Bad Bunny, that's you. Besides, the RCAF was renamed and merged into the Canadian Forces back in the 60s. Nigel, was it even Canada back in the 60s? I mean, like it was, but like, wasn't it still run by the UK? I don't know. Last time I was in Canada, I believe it was still property of the UK, or I don't know about the history. So please correct me if I was in British Columbia when I was like 7. Because they had the British soldier who, like, we went and tried to make a move and he didn't, love the Spider-Man action figures. Yes. I used to have not only every Spider-Man comic, but every Spider-Man action figure. Now I sold most of them off. I kept the good stuff. But I had I had a Spider-Man museum. I don't know if I've ever talked about that. So when I had the comic store, 2 doors down, broke their lease. I knew the landlord. He gave me the rest of their lease. It was temporary. It was like a pop-up, right? So at half the rent for 3 months. So I took my entire Spider-Man collection and unwisely, with no alarm or, you could have broken in and taken everything basically, and put up a Spider-Man museum for 3 months. And yeah, a lot of people saw it. It was free and you just went in. I'll show you guys pictures of it someday. I'll put it up on Facebook. Disney is an evil empire. Yes, yes. I've never been a Disney fan. I like Disneyland because I was kicked out of Disneyland many times. Did you know that in the 80s they used to kick you out of Disneyland if you had dyed hair or any kind of a punk rock haircut? Period. You were done. You could not walk in, and it's because back in the 80s, Disneyland basically turned into Six Flags. If you guys know what Six Flags is, kind of it's a lower tier. I mean, it's still expensive, but it's not Disneyland as far as amusement parks are concerned. And in the 80s, like all the punk rockers would go there. Anaheim was a crappy town, still kind of is, but and we'd cause all kinds of trouble. And yeah, so I got kicked out many times. Canada became its own country in 1867, says RoboBrain 10,000. You should read Spencer's Amazing Spider-Man 1. I'm genuinely excited for 2. Maybe. I don't know. My Spider-Man was broken a long time ago. 26 countries in the Commonwealth. Yeah, guys, I got kicked out of high school in 10th grade, so yeah. I know way more about ancient aliens than I do like when when all the countries like broke away from the United Kingdom and yeah. We got a pretty large Six Flags here. Yeah, we have Magic Mountain down here in SoCal, which is great. I love Magic Mountain. We have something up Great America or something up by San Jose that I've never been to. There used to be gangs at Disneyland. Yes, Dar's Barbecue. That is a true story. There was Disney gangs. There was fights. There was all kinds of crazy shit. Yeah, that's why they had to crack down. There was serious trouble. Like it was no joke. Back in the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s to the mid 80s, there was a lot of skirmishes between skinheads and punks. The Suicidals. There was the big thing at Balboa Park up in LA. And yeah, there was a lot of stuff. There was a big one at Wabash Hall in San Diego in 86. I was there. I was that one. No, it was 85. It was Dead Kennedys, and there was a bunch of skinheads waiting outside for us, and they kind of beat the shit out of us. Yeah. They didn't like that whole no Nazi punks thing. And they were real deal skinheads back in the 80s down here. There was a guy named Tom Metzger. I'm sure you guys have heard of him. He used to be a Grand Poobah or whatever the hell they were called for the KKK. And then because they weren't hardcore enough, he broke away from the KKK and started the war. I won't sound it out because I don't want to get demonetized, but the acronym means it's something bad. And he used to do like weird cassette tapes and shortwave radio broadcasts out of Fallbrook, California. Just like, and a bunch of skinheads used to listen to him, and we used to fight them, and they were big, and we would get our asses handed to us quite often. But that's how you learn how to fight dirty. Yeah, good times. My wife was around for some of that stuff. There was a race riot at a Vandal show here in Cardiff, which is there's Cardiff in the UK, and there's a Cardiff by the Sea here in San Diego. And my wife got a big old shiner. It's one of her favorite pictures, though. She's got like blue hair and a big old black eye, and she's all, it's on my Facebook page if you want to see it. Old punk rock days, man. Don't get me started. I'll shut up on that. We're not here to talk about that stuff. Universal Studios is owned by Comcast. Yes, Universal Studios is owned by Comcast. Universal Studios is kind of cool. I like Universal Studios. I went to on the Harry Potter ride. I liked it a lot. They had the little Harry Potter shop. Had a good time. I really did. The Simpsons town is fucking amazing there. It's in LA. Is to go during Halloween. Is go to Universal Studios. Disney's Halloween is Disney at New Year's was awesome. Last time I went there for New Year's when the Hard Rock Cafe we used to, I think it's still there, is in downtown Disney. Reverend Horton Heat played. We saw them on New Year's Eve. It was fun. I want to take my family to Universal for Hogwarts, of course, but it will take a few more years of saving. Oh, sorry, Annie. Definitely go though. It's worth it, and it'll be there. But yeah, that shit gets expensive, man. That is no joke. I have no desire to go to Disneyland anymore. I mean, my kids are they're not into it enough for me to like spend a couple grand taking them down there. Nah. Makes you feel better, Gary. When I was a senior in high school, they had to pause teaching history to teach basic U.S. geography. Yeah. Yeah, I always had a hard time in school. I was not a good school dude. And my wife was the same way, but she graduated early. She was one of those ones where, yeah, she was just, this is stupid. And graduated early and went to beauty school. She was a beauty school dropout. But she's done okay. What did you think of the Night Flyers trailer? I liked it. But my GRRM fanboy might be coming out. Dakota, I think it looks okay. Dennis doesn't like it. I think it looks just okay, but it's fucking sci-fi. So we have issues with them. I have to go to Universal Florida. I have an annual pass for Universal Studios Hollywood. And those are cheap, by the way. Yeah, I want to do all the parks in Florida. They're just bigger. Fun chat. Gotta run. Bye from Australia. Hard to imagine skinheads at a theme park outside. Yeah, it happened, Tarka. I know. And the funniest thing is like, the whole skinhead movement started over in the UK. So this was a really bastardized Southern Californian version of it. The plot thickens of ownership. Oh, I went too far down. Sorry. It's worth the admission just for the butter beer. Absolutely, Apple Crow. That was the first thing we had. Man, I couldn't take a girlfriend to a fight. I'm too old fashioned. I didn't take her. She was at the same show and she was throwing with everybody else. She took me to the fight. Horton Heat is cool. I feel like he can talk. I feel like I can talk music with you. Random, anytime. Let's do it. I grew up in record stores, and I am just as much of a music fan as I am a comic fan. I worked at a place called Licorice Pizza, which turned into Sam Goody. I worked at the Warehouse. I worked at Tower. I worked at a place called Lou's. Yes, and that's where I learned how to retail, was the record stores. Official Dougie J, he comes in the chat sometimes. He was my boss, and he's also like my oldest friend. He's known me since I was 8 or 9. And he this is a chat that's going to go away. So he helped me out in like the darkest time of my life. He gave me a helping hand when no human being would. So I love Official Dougie J forever. I was at man, I don't want to get too far into this, but it's like right after I sobered up and my parents were letting me stay at their house. This was back in this is 91. And they said, you got to find a job in 30 days. He gave me a job when nobody would give me a job. And and I got out of there in 30 days. Got my own place on a warehouse paycheck, by the way. Times have changed. Take the skinheads bowling. Take them bowling. Oh, Camper Van Beethoven. Night Flyer seems very generic, a little mixture of Event Horizon and Alien. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work as a series, Mako. I think a 2-hour TV movie, I would definitely be into it. I don't know how you draw that out into a series, but I said that for Happy, and boy, was I proven wrong on that one. If you guys have not seen Happy, watch Happy. A lot of people don't understand about Disneyland in the 80s. It had a nightclub for teenagers called Videopolis. Oh my God, just saying. I had not even thought about it until you brought it up. You're damn right. It did. Yeah. Well, I mean, in Southern California, just saying, you were around, there was nothing for teenagers to do. There was zero for us to do. So we went out and found shit to do. And there was arcades, and we all hung out at arcades. I hung out one called Pinball Plus, and it was in front of a movie theater, and there would be hundreds of kids, and they wouldn't even go in the arcade of the movie theater. They would hang out in the parking lot, and they tried to shoo us away, and they never could. They never could. The record store. Yep, I went to Lou's day before yesterday. Man, God, I can't believe I hope it's still there. But they have a new pressing of the Christine soundtrack by John Carpenter. It's on blue vinyl, and I didn't buy it. I don't know why. If I'm what smart people consider smart, then we're totally fucked. I'm a geek for music for sure. Hell yeah, Random. And you play too. You play instruments. I saw. Yeah, I miss that shit. Just saying, I do. San Francisco has a couple of barcades that are actually kind of cool. I went to one with my oldest son, and the funny thing was he went to drink and I went to play video games. Now you're talking music. I can't leave. What do you think of Black Panther soundtrack? What's my favorite soundtrack? The Black Panther soundtrack was good. It was very good. It's actually one of the better Marvel soundtracks. The Luke Cage soundtracks are fucking amazing. What is my favorite soundtrack? Now, there's score and there's soundtrack. Doomcock is like a fucking expert at this shit, though, so I'm schooled on that one. My favorite soundtrack that is music is... Do I have to pick one? I'm going to mention some that may surprise you. Return of the Living Dead is probably my favorite music soundtrack, just because I wore that thing out when I was a kid. Newer, it's a tie between, and this is music, okay, The Crow and Spawn. Spawn had such a good soundtrack. It was so fucking good. My favorite score, for movies, the one it's going to be really normal answer. I'm going to have to say the one that still is John Williams' Superman the movie. John Williams' Superman the movie is my favorite soundtrack, tied with Blade Runner Vangelis. The one that they released in 1994. I love that scene because have you ever seen High Fidelity? Remember that scene where he's like, "I'm going to sell 5 of these today." We used to do that shit all the time, and I did it with Vangelis's Blade Runner. And our record store was right next to this old folks community. So like during the day, all the old folks would come in and, get their videos and stuff. And we play the Vangelis, and they'd think it's like Yanni or something. And I sold the shit out of that soundtrack to a bunch of seniors, which was awesome. There's so many fucking good soundtracks though. Like, there's good soundtracks to bad movies too. And TV has gotten better too. Like Murray Gold's Doctor Who are probably my current favorite ones from the 10th Doctor era. I think season 4 is his best. No, season 3, season 3 is his best. I take that back. Murray Gold, if you soundtracks for David Tennant was actually good for me in this era too. Okay for Capaldi's era. Ramin Djawadi, Westworld season 1 is magnificent. All his Game of Thrones stuff is freaking perfect. Daft Punk's Tron, love that one. Daft Punk was the best band I saw at Coachella, and I've seen a lot of bands. I went to the first 12 Coachellas and saw everybody. And the best thing I saw was Daft Punk. Second best, Iggy and the Stooges. They came on right after the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they made them look like a fucking cover band when they came out. And if you guys have ever seen, Iggy Pop perform, it's not a good Iggy Pop show unless he's bleeding by the end. Okay. And he was like freaking 50 something, 60 at the time. So yeah. The Conan soundtrack. Oh my God. Yeah. There's so many to choose from. The Conan soundtrack, especially the first 2 tracks. Okay. Gladiator. It's a great soundtrack. Pirates of the Caribbean. Great soundtracks. Return of the Living Dead is one of the best soundtracks. Cramps, Rocky Erickson, 45 Gravy. Yeah, fuck yeah. And that version of Party Time is their best version of Party Time. Both versions are good, okay? But that's their more produced. That's the best version of Party Time. And there is a new pressing for that as well. They just reissued that on vinyl. I have the movie on Blu-ray. I love that movie to death. This is my favorite zombie movie. Punk rock zombies. You can't go wrong. Score would be Empire, hands down. Can't argue with that, Apple Crow. The soundtrack would be cheating because it's Rocky Horror. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was listening to Rocky Horror on the way down. I was listening to mostly The Expanse, Abaddon's Gate, but then when I wanted music, I was listening to the Rocky Horror soundtrack. I have some cousins who visited San Francisco to see Alcatraz, and they said it was extremely expensive. It was, and it's fucking cold, and it's just a prison. People who want to go visit a prison, you can visit any prison at any time. You want to go visit a prison, visit Folsom. Go out to Folsom Lake, Represa, California. Go visit Folsom. You want to see a real old crazy prison. Favorite song off the Spawn soundtrack? Mine is Crystal Method, Trip Like I Do. That is mine as well. Trip Like I Do. I have to, sorry, I can't. It's getting a little late. I used to have a movie score CD collection for about 200 CDs, but it was one of those CD books that was stolen. Yeah, you told me that from your car. Oh, fucking so that pisses me off. Hell, I'm going to sell 5 copies of the Beta Band. Work for me. I love that album. Dougie, did you hear me talking about you, dude? I was totally just fucking talking about you. I love playing the Conan soundtrack to classical buffs. Fuck yeah. I don't know if you remember that. I used to think the Conan soundtrack just ripped off classical music. That's what when I was younger, I just thought that they replayed some, like Beethoven or something like that. I didn't know it was like original. Comcast dropped a bid for Fox, so at least we won't have NBC execs, and at least they won't be messing with Fox shows. Darth Barbecue, yes. They never had a chance. They were just trying to fuck with the deal. About all I like Doctor Who for these days is music. Nigel, agreed. Doctor Who is something we have lost. It is lost. And it's okay. But Nigel, what I was noticing at Con is, what do you still see on t-shirts everywhere? Tenet. What are they still selling stuff? Who are they still making pressed action figures of? Tenet. That's the moneymaker. I don't know. I heard a rumor. I don't know if it was true that they really did try to get him back, and he's just like, nope. And I don't blame them. You know, they'll get them back for an anniversary special, I'm sure. By the way, R.I.P. Christopher Reeves. Kids need to watch the original Superman and understand why we complain about Superman killing in the Man of Steel. Agreed, Tarka Jedi. And I stood about this far from his costume, like the one he wore today. That was great. It was selling for, it was on auction for, it was between $94,000 and $118,000. I mean, that's cheap, sure. It took a long time for the Blade Runner soundtrack to come out. Steve, Ernest, you are Ernest, you are correct, sir. We had that the American something orchestra version, which was terrible. There was a bunch of bootlegs out there that I never took the time to find. But in '94, when official Dougie J was my boss, the Vangelis soundtrack came out and we wore it out. I totally approve of you being candid about your drug use. I'm a mental health professional by trade, and it's important that people open up times they have had trouble. Just saying, oh, yeah, I am very, very, very open about it. It's been a lot of years, and it's not something I'm ashamed of or anything. It's something that happened and that I deal with every day. Every day. And that's also part of spreading the message through I won't get into it here, guys. Yeah. I love my AA. I do. It saved my life. I love going to meetings. Yeah, it's awesome. Alcatraz is falling apart. Just saying. I just skipped up. Dang it, I hate it when that happens. Oh, thanks, just saying. I appreciate that. Here to help. That's what I am. Do I like Devo, David H.L.? I love Devo. I love Bear McCreary. Oh my God, that is Lane Bachelor. My bad for not mentioning Bear McCreary for BSG. That is a great set of soundtracks too. Now, who did the score for the miniseries? It was not Bear McCreary. It was actually, there's a lot of Oingo Boingo connection to Bear McCreary. Richard Ribbs Gibbs from Oingo Boingo did the soundtrack, and Steve Bartek was an engineer on both. I think with Bear McCreary too. He actually played guitar on All Along the Watchtower. Or he engineered this. It really did sound like his guitar. I don't know for sure if he played guitar, but I know he was involved in that. So there was the definite Oingo Boingo connection to Bear McCreary and Richard Gibbs. It was cool. Tomo arigato. My father is in an A and says after all these years, hearing other people's stories still gives him encouragement. Yes. It keeps us sober. It does. Because the further you get away, I'll say I forget. But it's also grading life on a curve, so like if I'm like standing in the line at con and I start bitching about shit, I just remember living under a bush in Encinitas and not having any money and being hungry, and I go, life's not so bad. There's like 4 versions of party time. You are right. There's one really bad unproduced one, which is I guess the OG version. Dying of Cancer, 45 Grave. Had to, yeah, love them. I'm addicted to small batteries. I should go to AAA. Time out, David Hill. Extreme Prejudice, killer soundtrack by Jerry Goldsmith. Come on. Awesome. Lane Bachelor. Alcatraz is falling apart. I was kind of hoping they would turn it into a big casino out there. I think they should. Uh, you want to talk cold? Try Northern Alberia in January. Yeah, Bad Bunny. I have no concept of what cold is. Okay, the coldest weather I've ever been in is maybe 20 degrees. I've never been in below zero in my life. I've only seen it snow 4 times. You got it. Saturday, one of the production managers for the Orville will be walking around Comic-Con with a bunch of Orville swag. Really? I will find it. That's brilliant. Lost Highway had a cool soundtrack as well. Yes. Grab some. Maybe you can get a blurb for Nerdrotic. Applecrow, we're trying to grab swag for you guys. That's the deal. Is we're going to give away all of our stuff that we get. So Dennis is getting something. Dennis has got a couple things he's getting. I think he's getting an autograph from Good Omens. That's going to be going to you guys. I think he's getting some other swag from maybe the Clone Wars. We're going to give away all of our bags and our guidebooks. We also got these little Joker pins. We're going to give. I don't know if Dennis could give him his up, but I'm giving mine up. So any like cool freebies, we're going to get together into a package and give it away to like a subscriber. It's going to be picking out of a hat kind of deal. By the way, we totally spaced. We have, I did. I say we. Every time it's a problem, I say we. My wife points that out. I spaced on announcing the prize winners for The Expanse. We have 5 copies of season 1 and season 2 on Blu-ray and or / digital download for people who are not in America to give away. So that is being announced tomorrow on the Friday podcast. All right. So you could win a Blu-ray and or digital download. Now, if you're in another country, we'll have to work that out, but that does not disqualify you from winning. We're just going to have to work something out. Okay. And the thing is the first 5 people, if one of them's in a different country and they have to get a digital download, that means that's an extra person winning the Blu-rays, season 1 and 2 of The Expanse. I was so happy after it got picked up. I went on Amazon and I bought 5 copies of each. I gave Jeff Bezos more money because he needed it. 3 of them here, so I need to get to bed. Much love tonight, all. Good night, Brian. I'm going to be wrapping up in a little bit here. But I have to get through the chat first, so it could be a while. And every time I say wrap it up, that could be another hour. But I really should go to bed by 1:30. The Alien soundtrack was very, very good. What panels are we going to Friday? Darth Barbecue. We are going to be in Ballroom 20 again all day. Pretty much everything. There's an Amazon panel that is from 3:30 to 5:30, and we're gonna sit. I'm gonna sit in Ballroom 20 all day, so I do not miss it because they're going to be talking Expanse during that. So that's going to be The Boys, Good Omens, man with the White Castle, not High Castle, I know it. And yeah, all the Amazon shows basically. Good thing about I'm also going to do some shopping in the morning. Okay, I got to try to get my Mezco Batman Beyond. I do need to buy some comic books at the comic convention. I know, crazy. I like weird. I have a list of obscure shit. Like I don't go to Comic-Con to buy my Silver Age keys or anything, which I really don't. I mean, I have all that shit now. I go for really weird prints or like stuff I've just never bothered to. Like I was super stoked to get this like Deathlock miniseries last year that I got for $4. I was just freaking happy as hell. I'm looking for Amalgam Comics and anything Marvel versus DC because that shit they're never going to reprint again, and that's eventually going to be worth money someday. You heard it here first. So all the Marvel DC crossover stuff, because that will never happen again. I'm going to get the JLA Avengers Absolute edition is going for like $300-400 now. I'm glad I still got one of those. The Excalibur score. Oh my God. A lot of Wagner. Orf, is that how you say his name? In addition to Trevor Jones' score. Trevor fucking Jones. Dark Crystal. Gab Power. Hashtag Gab Power. Pertwee, John Baker, Tennant, Lane. You have great taste in doctors. Those are my 3 favorite doctors as well. Yeah, whoever takes over the music from Murray Gold has some pretty big, and I'll add, Jody, fucking shoes to fill. You're right. Speaking of Trevor Jones, the Dark Crystal score, Doug, you know, oh my God. My mic is falling. Hang on. I gotta go to work. Go to work, Nigel. Everybody's making plans for Nigel. Boom, 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 boom. Little XTC there. We must be happy. We must be happy. We must be happy in his world. Soon it will be Doctor Who. I think the Doctor Who panel was today. Was it today? I think it was today. Hall H. It started out the con. I missed it. I do not want to get upset. Oh my God, the chat jumped again. Woo! Oh Lord. Holy crap. Was I that far behind? Where's Edward Brewer? Edward Brewer is alive. Oh my God, everybody stop and say hi to Ed. I was worried about you, buddy. Right. It's a dead man's party. Who could ask for more? Was that way up? This chat thing, I'm getting a little tired. Ed, I missed you, man. We haven't seen you in a while. I know you just went through a transitional thing. So now it's Edna Brewer. No, I'm just kidding. Ed Brewer's back, ladies and gentlemen. It feels like it's been for fucking ever, dude. Dang. Yeah, I thought it's like, did we piss Ed off? I was asking Dennis the other day. I haven't seen Ed for a while. I think maybe we pissed him off. Just promise me, guys, before you unsub, ask, like, just let me know if we pissed you off. Just don't unsub. Just go, dude, you pissed me off. Yeah. No, I didn't think you. I kind of knew what was up, Ed, so I didn't want to bug you. But I hope everything showed up okay. Whoa, why is my mouse freaking out? Maybe the batteries are dying. I got an EVS notification. What's Ethan Van Sciver doing up at this hour of the night? I do not want to restart my computer. Let's do that later. Hang on, this is going to be tricky. Okay. Sorry, give me a second, folks. I don't want it to restart. And I just got my notification that I'm live. That's great. I know a lot of YouTubers ask, not everybody gets their notifications at the same time. I think a lot of YouTubers get confused that they show up on their phone and they show up live at a different time, and it depends on how everything is set up. It really isn't YouTube. It's everybody's got different computers and their cookies set up differently. So, I mean, YouTube can't get around that all the time. As you guys can tell, I do not criticize YouTube because they allow us to do, I'm very grateful for YouTube. They don't have to do this shit. They allow us to live stream. I get to talk to you all for 2 or 3 hours. They give us fucking money, which is ridiculous. And I have a great time. I would do this for free and not have a problem with it. Can we all agree that great TV movie composers we have are akin to classical composers from centuries past? Williams, Elfman are like our Mozart and Beethoven. Absolutely. Yes, they are. Bedtime for me, sadly. Have fun at the con. Random, good night. Sleep well. Pleasant dreams. And I'll see you tomorrow. I have to watch your video from earlier today, so I'm going to do that before I go to bed. So I give you some clicks. Give Random some clicks. Please like, share, and subscribe. Random Gamer User 42. Like I said, she is one of us. All right. She is in the family. She's making great content. She's a good live streamer. We should have her on the channel. Right? I think we should have her on. I think we should do a ladies' night for Nerdrotic and get Susan and Random and Feisty on. I think it'd be cool. Okay, I'm gonna jump down. Subs are gonna hit 5K soon. I think the big show is in order when you talk a boo show every 15 minutes. We're gonna crawl to 5,000. We kind of jumped up real quick, but we have no TV shows to cover. But once the TV starts up, we're gonna get there. And yeah, there's gonna be a big something when we hit 5K. That's fucking huge. We'll do a giveaway. We're gonna give back. We'll give back. The Clockwork Orange soundtrack turned me on to Beethoven. That's great. Feisty fan is down for ladies' night. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. I think we should do that, right, guys? I think that'd be cool. Silver Spike, hello. I always get my YouTube notifications at least 20 minutes late. Yeah, it's got something to do with the cookies. That's the word on the street. I talked to somebody who works. I got a couple friends who work at YouTube. Okay, YouTube is very close to my house. And they promised me, all right, they're not trying to throttle any of us. I wouldn't believe they tried to throttle our channel. I don't believe him when he tells me that they don't pick out some channels of throttle, because I think they do. I really do think they do. But you know, he sincerely said that like they're really trying to work out the problem, and they're aware of it. And the reason they don't talk, they aren't communicative with the creators, which they should be more, is competition. They're worried about their competition. More like Doctor Who Cares. Am I right? Am I right? Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. Am I right? I don't know. I'm sick of death of with Murray. He's too loud and bombastic. I love Murray. I do. But I like the loud and bombastic stuff. I'm not a melodic. You know, like, okay, so from my favorite classical piece is in the layer of the Mountain King. So that should give you, like, that's the kind of stuff I like. Warner buys Disney. Who the fuck knows anymore? Right? It's just going to be one company. It's going to be Disney Brothers, or yeah, Disney Brothers. Dougie J, yeah, everybody's dropping out, so I think I am too. Okay, guys, we're gonna peace out at this time. It is 13 minutes to 1 a.m. I am gonna keep this chat up till the morning. So for anybody who's gonna see this stuff, it is gonna be brought down. We're gonna do another one, which I might be somewhat repetitive, but not much. Tomorrow or a little later today with Susan and Dennis. Sweet dreams, y'all, says Lane Bachelor, and sweet dreams. Yeah, so tomorrow night we're gonna wrap up Friday night, which is gonna be Friday looks to me like a bigger day than Saturday as far as news from the con. I think Amazon's going to blow everybody away tomorrow. There's going to be some surprises. We are going to also report there's like a Legion thing outside that you get to step into the mind of David. It's not a ride, but it's like an experience. So we're going to video that for you guys. You know, it's for a show we covered. The Gifted is the most promoted show at the con. It is fucking everywhere. Project Blue Book looks amazing. And yeah. So Expanse panel is when? Bad Bunny, the Expanse panel is during the Amazon panel. It is between 2:30 and 5:30. So Amazon has Ballroom 20 for 3 hours. That's pretty impressive. So that it's somewhere sandwiched in that. And I know the head writer for the Expanse is going to be part of a panel, and I heard some rumors that there's some actors around, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, this is just scuttlebutt from the floor. And then, And then we'll be talking. I'm going to get some videos for Facebook of some of the creators and stuff I know. I'm going to get some chats with them, and yeah, we can give them shout outs and stuff, because I know a bunch of artists on Artist Alley peddling their wares, and some of them are very, very good. My wife discovered a couple of artists who are doing very well right now. Live from the floor streams, I'll try, Jody, but we got throttled big time today. It's going to be more like me recording a video and uploading it on Facebook. But yeah, I tried to go live a couple times and it just wouldn't let me. Yes, The Gifted is heavily promoted this year. There's a building with Polaris on it, and it's a 30-story Polaris, which isn't really bad to look at, to be honest with you. Bad Bunny, yeah. So the first thing we hear, if it's news related, we'll go on to Twitter, and then I will run out and do a video. I'll do a video the minute I hear something. When we get in that ballroom 20, they give you a bathroom pass that lasts an hour. That gives me enough time to run across the street where there's a good cell signal and do a live video. But I will break the rules, and I'll try to do a live one in the panel, but it's like 5% that might happen. Because they said there's no live streaming of panels, but there's no way for them to tell. Okay, so what I'll do is I won't name it a Comic-Con live stream. If I do it, I'll just say Expanse News or something, and it'll be live. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I'm as far as Expanse News, yeah, hopefully they'll give us a time frame when it's coming out. Like if the rumor I heard from Belinda, who's a pretty good source, is there will be less episodes, but they'll be possibly longer and way more expensive. So I will be very careful. I will call in the MCRN, right? Godspeed to you too, just saying. Everybody have a great night. Slurmy Scott, Bad Bunny, Jody, just saying, Feisty fans. Man, there was a lot of you. Jesus Christ. Stephen Erst for this late. Lane Bachelor, Tarka Jedi, official Dougie J, random gamer user 42, Silver Spike. I'm going to try to get as many names as I possibly can. Jan Fulton, Amazon panel. Yes. Apple Crow, Slurmy Scott. I'm going to say probably names over again. That's fine. James Hayes, Ed fucking Brewer. Really happy to see Ed back. Bishop Pax, Brian Smart, Nigel Brought Savage. Really good questions tonight, Nigel, and comments. David Hill. Mako, Darth Barbecue, Polly Simeon. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read your comment. OG Blade Runner, Spectacular. There, I read your comment. And if there's anybody new, okay, and Annie Colton. All right, everybody. Secure Team 10 just put out another video. Go over there and check out the latest UFO news. I just got that. Okay, so tomorrow night, 7:30-ish. All of our times are going to be very ish, okay, because I have to take a bus back and I have to watch Ancient Aliens, but it's definitely happening. We're not going to cancel anything. So Susan and I are going to do Ancient Aliens at roughly 7:30 to or 7:15 or 7:30 to 8:30, and then right afterwards we're going to stop that recap, and then we're going to start a new video, and it'll be the Friday night live stream. So I hope you all can see it live. If not, please watch the video, like, share, and subscribe, all that stuff. Go to nerdrotic.com. That's our live schedule. Hope you're all having a wonderful night. Go get some sleep, and we'll do this again very, very soon. And thank you very much for watching. You guys are wonderful. Good night.